So today I was looking at the marketplace of Atlassian, and I noticed a lot of differences. We, as an Atlassian consultant, people who work on Jira or other Atlassian tools, they often come to marketplace to check new apps or maybe the details of some existing apps like documentation links, or maybe if you want to know if let us say there is a new feature, or there is maybe a version of the app that was there on server, whether it is now available on cloud or not. So I personally spend uh, I used to spend time regularly on the marketplace looking for things, but recently I think it has been, I think, more than a few months. I don't really I never really got a chance or an opportunity to come to the marketplace. And if you follow my channel, what I used to do, or I mean what I do normally, by the way, but I haven't done it in the last, I believe, couple of months, is to review new apps. So what I used to do, I used to, of course, find new apps and then install them either on my server or cloud and review them. And of course, it is not really about the review. I'm not really giving you any rating or my uh, approval, because I'm just someone who is trying to check what the app is all about. So it is more about learning what new apps are there. And today I was, of course, looking at the marketplace listing, and I noticed few things that are different. First of all, I think Atlassian has done a nice job in rearranging things. So now, of course, you can search. I mean, these things were there already, but I think they have improved the interface. So if you're looking for an app and you're doing something with Jira or Confluence or other Atlassian tools, you can actually filter based on, of course, the products. Now they have introduced Jira Service Management, which was known as Jira Service Desk. And now you can, of course, select the deployment, where you can select either cloud, server, or data center. Now, what I normally do is, and by the way, there is something called as cloud fortified apps. It is like, Atlassian will, I think they have some guidelines for cloud apps, and it has to do with security. I'll probably talk about it later because I'm still trying to understand what all it will cover or it has covered. But what I normally do is I always look for the free apps, because there are some apps that are actually good even though they are free. For example, if you click on free and imagine that you're on cloud, so you can, and let us say you're doing something with Confluence. So you can select here Confluence, and then you can select here cloud. So this is what I used to do quite a lot. For example, if you want to integrate Confluence with Google Drive or Microsoft Teams, you can, of course, try out these apps. And because they are free, not, for example, if you're using Google Drive, so you may not be using the free version of Google Drive, like, the G Suite, but there is an app that can connect Confluence with Google Drive and similar applications. And apart from this, if you also want, you can also sort by the newest. So now you will find all the newly released apps. I can probably get rid of free. So let us say you want to just, if you're like me, and you want to review new apps, you can just look at the page here for Confluence, of course. And recently I was looking for something that will integrate. It was not really a true integration, but I came across one requirement from someone, and that someone was a team doing something in marketing, and they were actually working on campaigns. And I was very happy to say that there is an app that can also do some integration of Confluence and Instagram. I mean, this can be relevant for those who are in marketing, and I thought I'll probably take a look at it, because I never really thought that you would integrate Confluence with Instagram. So what I'm trying to say is that if you are learning about Atlassian tools, or if you want to learn about Jira, Confluence, and you are interested in making your career, or maybe you're already into this field but you want to become even better, you want to maybe expand your skill set, then the most simplest thing, one of the most simplest thing that you can do is just take a look at these apps and install them, play with that. Because when you, for example, if I think I have reviewed or I have played with, I don't know, hundreds of apps. I don't really have a count, but plenty of apps. And when I'm as a consultant trying to solve a problem for someone, for an organization, or for a customer, and when they are trying to explain their requirements and problems, I immediately remember, okay, I know that this can be achieved using that app that I played with long back. For example, one of the earliest videos I made was it was basically an app. I think I did one review of an app to. That app can annotate the images attached to Jira. So I encountered that particular requirement from not just one client but multiple clients, and when you upload images on Jira, you may want to annotate, like you want to perform some manipulation. Maybe you want to highlight some area, and there are a couple of apps that can do that. So this is something that helped me. This practice of just taking a look at these apps, installing them on cloud. You can also, I think, evaluate for 2 weeks. On server, of course, for a month, and then of course you can always generate a new license. And I think I should probably say data center, but this is one really simple way to stay up to date with what is happening in Atlassian world. And when you're trying these apps, you should also try not just one app that can do it, but maybe a couple of other apps. For example, if you're doing something with, if you have to do something with, let us say, manipulating images that you attach. So don't just try one app, because you can see that there are a couple of apps that can do something similar. So try a couple of them, and based on that, maybe recommend your customer that, or maybe your internal stakeholders that, look at this app based on my analysis, based on my little research. This app can do this. And what I also do, what I have always done, is maintain notes. What I can probably show you is my website, ravisagar.in. If I think that I can share something publicly, it is not really private, I write a blog about it, because why not? For example, recently I was trying to refresh my memory of Insight discovery, and Insight is now available on cloud. So I thought, why not make my notes, and I'll of course publish it as a blog or as a KB article on my website. And when I do that, it is like my own reference. If someone is asking me, I can always quickly search for the blogs that I wrote, and it is of course online. People can also come to this post. They can, if they're searching for it, they will probably find it. For example, this particular post already has like 6 views, and when I look at some of my oldest blogs, they were not really blogs. I didn't really write them with the intention to write a blog, but those were nothing but my notes. For example, one of the I wrote one blog about cloning Bitbucket repository, and that particular blog has, I think, let me just check very quickly. I'll do a quick search. I think that particular blog has thousands of views. So this one, I wrote this particular post in 2014, 7 years ago, more than 7 years ago, and I still remember writing this blog post because I was trying to solve a problem for a client, and it was of course cloning a repository. So basically I used to, so I have I was a Drupal developer for a long time, and of course, I have always used version control. I was earlier on SVN, but then I moved from SVN to Git for obvious reasons, because there are a lot of benefits of using Git. The repository size is not massive as compared to what it used to be for SVN. So I basically did this cloning of. So basically, I wrote this blog post about duplicating a Git repository to another repository. And when I used to work on projects, and if the projects are similar or were similar, I used to simply clone the repository, create a new one, and of course do it from writing either a simple shell script or running a simple command. And I wrote this blog post, and this particular blog post got 37,619 views, which is quite a lot. I know it has been a while, but this particular blog is still relevant. People want to do it, and this is again helping me, because when people come to my blog posts, they come to know about me. They might contact me, and it is always good for a lot of reasons. And I guess you know what I'm talking about. But I wanted to, of course, talk about. I basically wanted to share this small thing called keep yourself up to date, and simply by reviewing the apps, installing them, playing with them, and making your own notes, publishing them somewhere will help you a lot. And that is all I wanted to talk about in this video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and you learned something new today. Thank you very much. Bye bye.